I'd like to welcome all my YouTube friends and followers to this week's installment of my keeper case collection of things that I've chipped over the years. And today I'm going to be focused, as promised before, on obsidian. Now, obsidian is a material, I got to be honest, is not my favorite. It's too much like glass. It was used by Native Americans, but here in the Northeast where I live, it was rarely ever seen. There are reports of some of the mounds actually having pieces of obsidian in them that was traded across the country, but I've never seen it around here locally. So let's take a look at this. What makes obsidian so special? Well, I've got two cases of obsidian points that I've made. Points, blades, eccentrics. And as you see here, I've got a few of these crazy looking eccentrics. Look at this guy here. It's supposed to be kind of like an animal. You know, there's faces here all over the place. Kind of looks like a lion. I don't know. Use your imagination. And some really heavily notched up deep in the base piece right here. More of those Mayan style effigy pieces, and just really some nice, you can go thin with this stuff, and that's what's really cool. This is a piece of a mahogany obsidian. It's got a lot of red and black in it, and I think there might be, yep, there are a few clear spots in this. So that one's pretty cool. I remember when I made this one, I was nervous because it was kind of early on and I was getting it down thin, and there was one place that I wanted to remove a flake, and I was just so afraid to hit it and break it. But I had a friend who said, "Oh, just hit it. It doesn't matter. It's a stone." So I did. Flake came off. I put it in the case. Here's another nice big blade here. Look at this. You can see that this has a lot of clarity to it. And this might be tri-flow or midnight lace. But one thing about obsidian that I do like is how well it shows the flake scars. And that is really impressive to me. When you're a napper, you like to see those scars on those pieces. A real nice piece of tri-flow here. And let's see, not too much clarity in that one. And one just big old black obsidian blade here. But look at this guy here. Now that's a big, nice big obsidian spearhead, big knife, whatever you want to use it for. And I made that one quite a while ago. I wish I had dated that because I can't quite remember when it was. But as you see, obsidian is quite translucent sometimes. And here's a Snyder style point I made using it, and you can see light does kind of pass through it, and there's streaks and bands, and that's how the lava was laid down. Now what I'm going to do is I got another case here, and we're going to take a look at some of these guys. Let's hope I can do this without spilling everything. Let's see how this goes. So far so good. Okay, now these are a little more refined, not so bulky and big. And these, you know, made their way in this case over the years. This was one of my favorite obsidian pieces. This is a Clovis point that I made. You can see the flutes in it, both sides. Real nice channel flake removed. And it was a real clear obsidian. And that one came out really well. And that's probably one of the first really good Clovises I made. Now here's a unfluted paleo style that I made, just using a real utilitarian black obsidian. But this next one is really special. This is Burns green obsidian, and from what I've been told, this is only found in one pit out in Oregon, out in Glass Buttes area. And I was fortunate enough to get my hands on some of this. My friend Sean Woods, historic hunter, sent me a box one time. He went to a nap-in out there. He lives out there. And it had Burns green obsidian in the box. So I still have a bulk piece of that, believe it or not. I've been saving it and using it because it is so rare. Probably one of the largest obsidian blades I made. Look at this. This is definitely mahogany. Isn't that the coolest looking thing? Love that style of base. Don't know for sure what you'd exactly call it, but boy, that's got a mean look to it. I remember I might have shot a video on making this. I'll have to look back through my videos. So next to that one is a little bit different type of obsidian, hard to say. And this is basalt, and it's kind of like an obsidian that cooled really slow and is more granular. And this one really come out good. A lot of times you'll see little quartzy pockets in this stuff, and it naps well. So that's probably one of the nicest pieces of basalt I ever napped right there. Another nice blade. I never notched this or did anything. I just like the looks of the blade. Sometimes blades all by themselves just have a great look, and this one does. Here's a Rost point here that I made. I've only made like 1 or 2 of these in my whole life. I never got turned on to these. They're cool. They were kind of a Hopewell mound builder thing, and I chipped this one out of obsidian, and that satisfied my curiosity. Now here's I call it liver style. It's really a brown obsidian, and this is a Dalton point. Look at how thin these things go down, and it flakes so well. And that's a nice looking Dalton right there. You can see the serrations that I put on that. Really like this point. And the last one in this case is a piece of Mexican obsidian. You can see there's kind of a streak down through it. It's kind of got a greenish tint to it, almost like a Burns green. And I made a few things out of this. I got a chunk of it from a friend. I think it was Al Bassanello. He gave me a big block of it one time, and I could work that down. So that's a look at my obsidian frames. And the one thing I wanted to bring up is I have written a book. Several years ago, I wrote about my life experiences as a Northeast napper. And in that book, it's my whole life from the time I was a child, finding arrowheads with my dad, teenage years, all the way up to, I would say, maybe around 2000, a little after that. And I want to get this thing published at some point, but right now I have this book on some thumb drives. So I really have checked it out. There's 91 pages in the book. There's about 27 pages of photographs. It's really cool. It really records a life of a napper, and some of the ways that it led me to different directions and experiences that I've had. And I'm hoping to get somebody to review this thing, edit it, maybe get it published at some point, and then get it available to everybody. But I do have it on thumb drives right now. So that's something that I'm working on for hopefully the future, and we will definitely let everybody know when that is going to be available. So that's it for now. I was excited to get this obsidian video done because, well, it's just the coolest material in a way, but personally I don't like working it just because it does cut you a lot, and the tiniest little shards will get into your fingers and stay there forever. So until next time, that's it for now. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I will be back next week with another. Thanks for watching.